Let us talk about Python list today. List is used to store multiple items in a single variable. List is one of the four built-in data types available in Python. There are four built-in data types in Python, which are list, tuple, set, and dictionary. Today we will talk about list. In upcoming videos, we will cover other three built-in data types. How do we create a list? We can create a list using square brackets. Let me create a list here. Here we can see I have created a list using square brackets. Inside that square brackets, we will have all the items. List items are ordered, changeable, and list can allow duplicate values. List items are indexed, which means the first item has index 0. The second item has index 1. So every item in list will have the index starting with 0. Now let us talk about characteristics of list. As we discussed, lists are ordered, changeable, and allow duplicate values. What is ordered? When we say the list are ordered, it means that the items have defined order and that order will not change. Once the list is created, the items in the list will maintain the order. If you add new items to the list, those items will get added towards the end of the list. The next one is changeable. The list is changeable, meaning that we can change, add, or remove items in a list after it has been created. And list can allow duplicate values. List can have duplicate values because each item in a list will have index. If we wanted to know the number of items in a list, we can use Python built-in function length. The output is 2 because the list ABC contains 2 items, data types in list. List items can be any data type. We have just created a list with strings. We can also include integers, floatings, any other data type. If I modify the list, now our list has strings, numbers, floatings, and complex numbers. This is how we can create a list with multiple data types. Now let us talk about how we can access items from a list. As we already know that list items are indexed. In order to access the items from a list, we can use the index. If I need to access the first item from this list, we can use 0 index. Now the first item is printed to the console. In the similar way, we can access any item from a list. It is positive index or negative index. Now we have a list. List has 3 items in it. Now we are trying to access the first index. What is first index? First index is banana in this case. So banana is printed. We can access items from a list using negative indexing as well. We are accessing -1. -1 is cherry. Cherry is printed. We can also mention a range of indexes. We can specify a range of indexes by specifying where to start and where to end. When we specify a range, the output would be a list. In this code, we are trying to access from index 2 to index 5. Start index is 2, end index is 5. Start index is always included and start index is always excluded. So here we can see the index 2, 3, 4 is printed. Index 5 is not printed because stop index is always excluded. By leaving out the start value, the range will always start at the first item. In this sample code, we did not mention the start index. We have just mentioned the stop index. So the range of indexes from the beginning to index 5. Index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 is printed. And this is same with stop index as well. If we don't specify stop index, the range will go to the end. Here we can see from index 2 to end index is printed. We can also access items using negative indexing. We are trying to access from negative indexing -6 to -2. -6 is being banana and -2 is melon. Since we don't consider the stop index, melon is not printed. Python has a set of built-in methods that you can use on a list. The list of methods that are available on a list, you can see them on screen. Let us discuss about each and every method that is available on a list. Starting with append, we have a simple list, a list which has only one item in it. Now using append method, we can append items to a list. When we append an item to a list, the appended item will get inserted at the end of the list. Here we can see this is how we can use a method. We need to specify the list on which we need to use the method, followed by dot and the method which we need to use. I am mentioning this list which is our list dot append. Append is the method, and I am mentioning the item which we need to append to the list. So when we execute this code, the method is executed. Let me print the list now. The list is modified. We can see the new item which we have appended is at the end of the list. Next method is insert. Insert method will take index and value. Index specifies in which index we need to insert the value. In this example, our list contains 3 items. I wanted to insert at index 1. So I need to mention the index followed by the value which we need to insert in that location. We can see ball is inserted at index 1. Next method is extend. Extend can be used to extend the list. For example, we have 2 lists, list 1 and list 2. We wanted to combine them together. In that case, we can use extend method. In this example, we have 2 lists. I wanted to extend the first list with the second list. Here we can see the first list is extended with the second list. Another method is index. Index method can be used to identify the index of any item. In this example, I wanted to identify the index of cherry. Now it tells that cherry is in index 2. Next method is count. Count method can be used to identify number of times a item is repeated in a list. In this example, I wanted to know how many times banana is present. It tells that banana is repeated 2 times in our list. If we check with apple, apple is present only 1 time in our list. This is how we can identify number of times a item is repeated in any list. Next one is remove. This method can be used to remove any item from the list. In this code example, we can see we are using remove method to remove the cherry from the list. Now we can see the output is apple, banana. Cherry is removed from our list. The next method is pop. Pop method can be used to remove items from the list. Pop method basically removes the last item of the list. Now our list is apple and cherry. The third item is removed. This is how we can use pop method to remove the last item of the list. Pop method can also be used to remove any index. In pop method, we will have to supply the index number. Then pop method will remove that index. Now I wanted to remove the first index in the list. Now we can see the index 0 is removed. In index 0, apple was there. Now the apple is removed. So now our list is cherry and banana. The next method is sort. Sort method can be used to sort a list. We can see the list where the items are in alphabetical order. The next method is reverse. Reverse method can be used to reverse all the items in a list. We can see items in our list are in reversing order. The next method is copy. Copy method can be used to copy this object. When we use copy, it will copy the list to another memory location. As we can see on screen, memory locations for these 2 variables are different. Finally, we have clear. Clear method can be used to clear the list, which means it removes all the items from the list. We can see the list is empty now. That's it for today. See you in next video. Thank you.